Today's adventure begins here at Donald AF, the parking area, where I've chosen to park my rental car. Well, I didn't choose to park it. They guided me to this spot in the parking structure at the Disneyland Resort. It's Friday morning. Rope drop is at 8 a.m. It is 7:58. It is going to be a nice, cool, kind of overcast day here in Anaheim, California. 64 degrees. Not going to make it to the gate at rope drop, but I did make it to the parking structure for the opening. 8 a.m. this morning, starting off the day. Going over the walking bridge. It was back when I lived in this area. I recall them putting this in. You used to have to cross at the street level. And now you can walk across. It really is amazing when you return somewhere that you used to reside at or live at in the area. You realize how much time has gone by since then and how quickly time goes. Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, TGIF. As a recording of this, it is Friday, June the 7th, 2024. My last full day in SoCal. Tomorrow is a travel day out of California. And I figured I'd save my Disney day for the final day of this week-long trek that I had here. Originally it was only going to be 4 days in California, but had some flight issues and decided against the airline to fly out a couple days ago and decided to do that tomorrow. So today, my Magic Key let me get a reservation. Magic Key is basically Disneyland's version of an annual pass. It's not called, you're not called an annual pass holder, you're called a Magic Key holder. So I made the reservation and I'm gonna head in. No real game plan other than have an early morning good time, caffeinated in my future hopefully, and see what kind of wait times there are, go on some attractions, a classic Disneyland day. I'm inviting you to join me. It's good to have you here. Shall you? In fact, there's quite a few areas of Walt's original Magic Kingdom of Disneyland that I haven't seen in a while. Now I was out here a little over a month and a half ago for the opening of Pixar Fest, but that was mostly over at DCA. I won't be doing a whole heck of a lot of DCA today. So there was a lot of areas of Disneyland proper that I didn't get to see. So really, I haven't really done too much in Disneyland this year. So I'm doing it. All right, I have to say, I am definitely team WDW, Walt Disney World, when it comes to the checkpoints, walking through the checkpoints. Way easier than the archaic Disneyland one they have. I think they'll probably upgrade at some point, but yeah, if you know, you know. It's a lot easier when you're just going right through at Disney World, but one day Anaheim will catch on. It's also starting to precipitate a little bit, which doesn't really rain too much in SoCal, but right now it is, well, also construction update happening. A lot of this stuff is going vertical. Even since the last time I was here, a lot of progress. Holy cow, look at this restaurant opening over here. This is all going vertical over here. Holy goodness, progress. A look to the future. And then there's even a timeline here, going back all the way to the 60s and of course the 50s. Hello there, Topiary Mickey. 15 after 8. So it took, what, 17 minutes to walk from the parking structure to downtown Disney. I almost called it Disney Springs. I've been so used to going to Walt Disney World lately, but it is good to be here at Disneyland. I love this place so much. Here I leave today and into the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Also, when it comes to Disneyland, they have the rectangular plaque here, where in Florida, if you notice when you look up when you're going through the train stations, it is the same saying, but it is completely circular. So yeah, so this is the original rectangle version. And I'm definitely gonna hit up some dark rides over in Fantasyland. That's kind of a hack. If it's still a hack from back in the day. I don't know, things have kind of changed with the population of the amount of people popping in the park at rope drop, but yeah. We'll do a little Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Usually everyone heads to other things, not Fantasyland or not to this attraction first, or Snow White, so I think I'm gonna do those first. Oh man, always awesome seeing the Main Street vehicles, the fire truck rolling through town, through Main Street, I should say. It's kind of nice, right? When I was originally walking towards the castle and then through Fantasyland, I noticed that Mr. Toad's Wild Ride only had about maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. They didn't even have the external queue open yet, which is kind of rare. Usually as the day progresses, it will be like a good half hour, half hour, 40 minutes, and it'll stretch out. But this is just basically a complete walk on, at least a walk to the inside, which is like another 5 minutes when you kind of go in there. And then obviously, J. Thaddeus Toad right here. And now I'm gonna board on and go through the ride, which does not end well. And actually, when you're going completely through the entire ride, it ends up at the very, very end. You end up going through hell. You go through Hades. You see like a Beelzebub version of Figment. I always call it like the West Coast Figment. It looks like the very, very end. Looks like Figment, but it's not Figment. It's Satan. There goes a very different monorail than WDW. It's like I've been here many times, but I spent so much time lately because I've been in Florida a lot more. It's kind of blew my mind a little bit being back here. Also, I was kind of excited about riding the Matterhorn, but right now the Matterhorn is down at the moment. So Matterhorn is not quite operational. I don't know if it's under construction or maybe, actually they're just talking, the other person's talking to the cast member, and they said they're just taking a little break evidently for maintenance or something like that. But prior to this, I ended up going over to Pinocchio's Daring Journey and went on that. I got 2 of the dark rides. I did not do Peter Pan's Flight, and I did not do Snow White's Scary Adventures because even this early in the day it already started to get kind of busy. But Mr. Toad and Pinocchio were not too terribly bad, so I ended up knocking out both of those. So got 2 dark rides in. It's been a while since I've been on both of those, but I do love some Fantasyland dark rides. Love them. Nice mellow overcast day, can't beat it. Don't have this in Florida, don't have the subs anymore. Now it's Mine Train, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Where the area was. Maybe I'll pop back over a little bit later. See if Harold the Yeti is up there. All right, I made it back over to Main Street. David's over there. I was trying to catch up with you. Dang it. I'm not gonna get to ride the train with Fresh Baked. You want me to run over to walk briskly over to Toontown? I'll meet you over at the mansion. How about the mansion? Oh, you don't? They don't? I'll see you somewhere. I'll get on the next one. I'll meet you. Just get off at Toontown. All right. Sounds good. I'll meet you at Toontown, and then just meet me at Toontown. David from Fresh Baked, everyone. I was so close. So close. And looking across, another monorail going by, and also from this sight line you can see the former Hollywood Tower Guardians off in the distance over at DCA, looking across the Esplanade. Another monorail going by, seeing it through the cars. They're not loading us on this one yet, so I'm just waiting here patiently, watching the monorails go by.
Everybody, the station is closed due to construction, so no one is
not going to be getting off at New Orleans Square because they're doing a bunch of Haunted Mansion construction. I have not seen this area since the Haunted Mansion went down. Just park here for a bit. Mint julep bar over there. Ooh, I should probably get a mint julep at some point. So you basically just sit here for a little bit of a time.
We're going to be taking on water. These are actual steam engines, so we do need the H2O in order for the H to go. In the meantime, folks, please stay seated. We should be departing shortly. After the engineers are done filling the engine with water, we're going to be on our way to make it to town.
Look at how much construction's going on over there. Wow, that's so different. Honestly, if I didn't want to see the Rivers of America part, I probably would have just walked. But the best part of, in my opinion, the best part of the train Grand Circle Tour at Disneyland is seeing the Rivers of America part. Since they remodeled it, looks really cool when you go around that river bend. Galaxy's Edge behind you, and then looking down into the river. So that makes it worthwhile just waiting here. Nothing going on here. It's just you're just waiting for the next cycle. New Orleans Square.
Water on the engine, so please remain seated, folks. We're gonna be departing.
Truthfully, I had heard that they were doing some construction over here, but I had no idea that the train station, I knew they were doing some Haunted Mansion Q construction. I did not realize this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. Holy cow. Whoa, look at former Splash Mountain. Love this section right here. When you turn around, you see the keel boat over here. I don't remember that being there before. I mean, that's been there been on property for years, but I don't remember it being parked over there last time I was here. Got the Indian on the horse right there. Got the little cabin right over there. Take a look at that. Going around the bend. You got the shaman up on the hillside. Again, the boat right there. People are standing up and moving, I guess. I think I'm going to walk back over and check out progress on Tiana's. And also, there's also the Matterhorn, right? Kind of see the Matterhorn over there. Pathway to Frontierland. Big Thunder Trail. I think it's still called Big Thunder Trail. The wildest ride in the wilderness. I never noticed over here there's a little office. This looks new to me anyway, or maybe I just never noticed it. There's some public messages on the wall. Someone's missing a donkey. Dang. If I find a donkey, I'm gonna let them know. Perfect timing. The wildest ride in the wilderness. Going on the Mark Twain now. Not the Liberty Bell here, it's the Mark Twain. Mark Twain. I get a pretty good view of the construction over there as I go by too. And I caught up with David.
We did it!
That was a task.
I know, right?
It was like you were so close, so close.
A couple times.
And Pirates is definitely on my radar too, because it is far more superior here than it is over at Magic Kingdom. I love Magic Kingdom, but definitely this is a lot better Pirates here. Yeah, that is just a vast amount of area there that they're doing construction on. Wow, all in front of the mansion. Hasn't been open for a long time. Letting off a little steam.
To carry the stars and stripes.
There we go. Yeah, it's almost like Disneyland is just a constant construction site, just always. And also when it comes to how I said Pirates is far more superior here on the West Coast, I would say Splash Mountain, well, Tiana's is going to be far more superior over on the East Coast. I don't know, I always like Splash better on the East Coast than West. It's like vice, it's back and forth on what's better on different ones. I always like this little beaver down here. He's like always chawing down, trying to like damage the bridge. Yes, I would really like to do Pirates today, but the line for this already getting pretty busy. I've also mobile ordered a coffee over at the Mint Julep bar. Who knew? Piping hot caffeinated beverage in Nolan Square. Look at this freaking construction wall, man. Sip a refreshing piping hot caffeinated beverage. I explore New Orleans Square. I will. Oh man, I forgot they changed this over to Tiana's Palace. It looks so good. I was here when it opened, but I had forgot it was switched over from the old restaurant. Now I just saw it and it like jarred my memory. Construction everywhere. Now I do love a tasty mint julep, but this time I got the caffeine going on. I do love the mint julep. Also, speaking of differences between Magic Kingdom and here, you cannot get the mint julep. At least not yet. Not yet. Now that Tiana's is going to be opening very soon, there's a possibility that maybe they will open a restaurant that's New Orleans themed, and they will have a section around New Orleans out there in the Orlando area, Magic Kingdom, but we'll see. So maybe they will get mint juleps. I wouldn't complain if they did, because I do love myself a nice mint julep. David told me the coffee hack from over at the Mint Julep bar. Here's a question, David. Do you think that, so you can't get mint julep in Florida because, yeah, mint julep is exclusively a Disneyland thing as of now, because you think, yeah. I don't know where we're going with this conversation.
I have no idea. But it's a valid
But
observation.
this is what it's gonna. Oh, the band's gonna play out here now.
I feel like they did this. Basically, I think they did this just so that they could show you the relationship between Tiana's
Yeah. Okay.
and the garden. But I don't believe. I thought the same thing, but
Yeah.
I think it's still going to face that.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're gonna move the popcorn cart back here.
Yeah, that used to be right there.
And there's gonna be a little sitting area right there.
This is right about where the fountain was, before.
The fountain's going away.
Well, a new fountain.
A new fountain. Oh, this is a fountain behind it.
Yeah, there's a fountain there. Yeah, you can see kind of the water there here, and they're going to, according to this concept, they're going to start allowing people to use selfie sticks.
Is that a selfie stick?
It better be. That looks like a selfie stick to me. But I'm just kidding, of course.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting that they put
Every
that
once in a while, I'll
concept
see someone, especially at Disney World.
Yeah, they ninja that thing in
They'll
there.
get what you.
art.
I've never seen New Orleans look like this. Ever.
Yeah, me neither. We did open that up last week.
Oh, look at this. They got all the Harper Goff artwork over here, all this stuff. This is cool. Yeah, I just vaguely show updates. If you want to see good updates, watch Fresh Bake's update videos. This is awesome. Look at this. Dang. I didn't know any of this was here like this. This is great. You're like walking through the portrait room. Wow, that is cool. I really like what they did with the construction wall. That's right. That's right, come on. Rest in peace. You are gone. Pretty neat. How long has it been closed out here for you guys?
A while.
A while? Like 6 months?
Since, well, these walls have been up since January.
Wow.
Yeah, it was worse actually.
And the walls are around Splash,
Yeah.
and then they're just gonna continue building walls. Will this be open for Halloween? Halloween season? Probably not.
I don't know.
Follow Fresh Bake for more updates. Come ashore for dockside dining. I was kind of thinking if the mansion does open before Halloween out here, it'd be kind of nice if Jack Skellington does not appear in there and they keep it like OG style mansion.
Everybody wants.
That's what everybody wants. Yeah. I mean, I like the holiday overlay, but it'd be nice during October to ride West Coast Mansion how it's supposed to be on Halloween. All right, this is what's going to be behind this wall, right over there between Mansion and Tiana's. I also cannot recall the last time I stood in this area and it was quiet. Used to be the Splash Mountain music was just blaringly loud, and I'm sure when the Tiana ride opens, you'll be hearing the soundtrack pretty loud too, but now it's just kind of quiet down here on this little pathway. Well, there is some sound. You're getting the soothing sounds of construction workers and the grinding that's everything that's going on there. They're trying to get both of these open. Hopefully, at some point when I come back, they will be open. I'll be back here a lot throughout the rest of the year. Nice. Got the canoe over there and the train going by. Canoes are open for business. I didn't even think about it until I walked over there, but Winnie the Pooh is also down. I love the Winnie the Pooh dark ride. It's usually like a walk-on. So you got Pooh, Critter Country. Well, Critter Country is Pooh, Mansion, former Splash, all closed. I'm going to show some of these here because it's interesting. So you got Ken Anderson's artwork, Colin Campbell over here, Sam McKim, Ex Extensia. But I wanted to point this out because I do love Backlots and Warner and Universal and Paramount and all those backlot studios, movie studios. Dale Hennessy, who designed this, designed by Wed Enterprises by Dale Hennessy in 1953, is who Hennessy Street at Warner Brothers is named after, if my memory serves correct. Yeah, pretty interesting, right? Yeah, in fact, I have this photo that I took when I was over at Warner Brothers. Check this out. Hennessy Street, dedicated to Dale Hennessy, who was also the production designer on Annie back in the day. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Little Disney Warner Brothers tie-in. All right, it is now time to get in line for some Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean, whichever. And off in the distance is the new opened, inspired by Swiss Family Robinson Tree. It's not called the Swiss Family Robinson Tree House anymore, but that was under construction for a long time, and that's open. And just like everything I'm showing that has things happening in construction walls up, it'll all be ever changing, and over time, you'll never even know it was even under construction. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is definitely one of the added things that Disneyland's version has. It's probably about, I don't know, 30 to 40% longer. I want to say it's twice as long. Well, maybe I'm not using the right percentage, but it's definitely a lot longer of an experience when you're going on it at Walt Disney World. And the thing that's interesting, I fell in love with this ride and this attraction first at Walt Disney World, and then years later ended up coming out here to Anaheim and riding it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was only seeing the sample version all this time. Still love Walt Disney World, but holy cow, it is like, I'd say it's probably close to twice the length, time-wise, as far as a ride time goes. Yeah, highly recommend if you ever go to the West Coast, you go to Disneyland. If you haven't been on Pirates, you gotta do it. It's a must do, classic.
That's a jolly good idea. Yes, you know, speaking of names, let's do a man with a wooden leg named.
What's the name of his other leg? Well, I got a story for you, Mark. Oh, really? Well, you see, my father just got a job working at a watch factory. A watch factory? Really? What's he do? He just skates around all day, making faces. I always say there's nothing like a good joke. Yes, there's nothing like a good joke. That's where Chocolate's been married, Robinson. So I'm going to bet some of you know it. Bye all.
All right, it is now time to get my spine realigned on the Matterhorn. I'm going to get the front row of the blue one here. Front row of the Matterhorn. Look at all the little Yeti stuffed animals up there. All the Yeti stuffed animals in the control booth. Oh, I got a rowdy group on this bobsled. Good Lord. Loudest group ever. Oh my God. Alright, strolling through Tomorrowland now. This thing is still inactive right up there.
Oh really?
Space Mountain off in the distance. Space Mountain. Alright, walking through the Emporium now, which is really, really awesome. You got Bert and Mary up top there. You got Snow White. You got the Jungle Book. You got the train going around. Look at the train going around the perimeter inside. Yeah, all these mannequins, all these little set dressings that are all in little upper corners. Like up here, let me see if I can move over this way. So she is pointing or waving a handkerchief at that. Or no, it's actually, she has the feather. And then there's the parrot up there. Disneyland Donald Spirit Jersey. I believe it's the 90th birthday of Donald. I'm not really a big Spirit Jersey guy, but I do like I do like all the Donald stuff. There's even a Donald Loungefly right over here as well. Here we go. We got Mickey there. We got the Disneyland Resort shirt. Now the happiest place on earth. Oh, I kind of like this one. It has Donald in front of the castle there. That's kind of exiting out of the Emporium right over here, where the light is always on in Walt's apartment, right up top there, at the top of the train station. You can always say hello and goodbye to Walt. Or at least his memory when you're walking in and out past the train station. All right, I got the fountain over here. I'm actually going to walk through, I almost said Disney Springs again. I got the monorail going by over in the distance. Not Disney Springs. Downtown Disney is still called over here, but I'm going to pop in to their World of Disney, see what they got. Oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding. Galaxy's Edge is already 5 years old. I heard this like last week, but I totally forgot about it, and then all of a sudden I saw this t-shirt and it reminded me there is a 5th anniversary. I was here for the opening of this one and Batu East. And speaking of, check out this really cool Rise of Resistance poster. I don't know if they sell that, but that's really awesome. Like a movie poster, but it's for the attraction. All right, this store right here, the Disney Dress Shop, they had a pretty good t-shirt, and I ended up grabbing a t-shirt. It's not a dress. I also want to point out that Tortilla Joe's over there that I used to eat at all the time when I lived here. I lived in Orange for a while, and then I moved to Hollywood, and I moved back to Anaheim for a couple of years. I used to go to that Tortilla Joe's all the freaking time. It's closed now. Yeah, end of an era for sure. I mean, I'm sure they got big plans. I know they have big plans for this whole section of downtown Disney. But gosh, I used to always like sitting outside. They had tables outside. I sat inside a bunch too, but mostly outside. Usually like right over in that area. I love the tableside guacamole they had. But fret not, something new and exciting is coming soon to downtown Disney. All right, heading back over to the structure. I'm hearing some sirens, soothing sounds of Anaheim. Off in the distance, just outside the small Disney bubble here. Very small Disney bubble here compared to Florida. A lot less property. It's expanding though. It is expanding. Also got to show what I got. It's a really cool retro Tomorrowland shirt that has the Disneyland logo. It's kind of neat to wear. So I'm wearing Walt Disney World today here on the West Coast, and sometimes it's nice to go back to the East Coast wearing a West Coast shirt. I don't know, it's just kind of fun. In fact, I recall, even before this bridge was built, this used to just be surface parking. It was just all flat parking. You'd park vans, RVs, things like that. And then they elevated it, went vertical, built a big parking structure. And now it's the Pixar Pals parking. Mickey and Friends is the older parking structure, which is across the way from this one. Oh, tram going by. I hardly ever take the tram. Well, even at Disney World, but even here at Disneyland, I hardly ever do the tram. Usually just walk. Usually just walk through downtown Disney. Be spending a lot of time. Well, not a lot, but I'll be spending a percentage of time here into August and September. Pretty good chunk here and there, back and forth from events. D23, haunt season in September. I'll be staying at the Disneyland Hotel, a portion of that. Today I just kind of popped in, enjoyed a nice early Friday morning into early afternoon. Didn't even go to DCA, which is fine with me. Oh, it's interesting I brought up this new parking structure because even though I am on level 5, forgot till I looked at the photo at the beginning when I started off with the Donald. That's at Donald 5, not Nemo 5. So I'm gonna walk over to the other structure. Well, this connects with the level I'm on. Over that way, level 5. So here's the shirt. They didn't have it at the Emporium, but they did have it at that place on downtown Disney. So Tomorrowland, at the Disneyland Park. Tomorrowland shows the People Mover, even though the People Mover no longer exists in Anaheim. It does exist in Florida. You got the rocket over here, which is over by the pizza place now. Tomorrowland, the Astro Orbiter. Pretty cool. I got the submarines. I like this. All right, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video of the vlog. It's over.